Hello everybody. Welcome back to the Craft Dungeon. Dirty Paintbrush here. How are all my crafty friends? Well, I wanted to come on, and I had told you that I was going to, this was weeks ago that I told you that I had wanted to do some swatching out of my Posca paint pens. I know most of you have these already, but some of you don't. And I was actually talking to somebody about it today. I've talked to a couple of people about it in the last couple of weeks that have mentioned wanting them or asking about them. So here's what I thought that I would do. I thought that I would get the 3 different colors of paper, craft, black, and white, because those are our kind of go-to background colors, I guess, at times. I don't know. It just sounded good to me. By the way, in case anybody's wondering, I changed my setup a little bit. So in my craft room tour video, I had mentioned that I was going to move my computer back to my center table. And for some reason, I just got, the hair up my butt to do that, even though I'm sick and I feel like crap and I'm pretty drugged up right now on cold medicine. So that's helping a little bit, but I always tend to kind of overdo it a little bit, and then I feel worse. So I'm probably going to try to go to bed a little bit earlier tonight than I normally would on a weekend, but I just wanted to show everybody. My husband went to Walgreens to get me some snot medicine, some cold medicine, and he brought me home this cute little llama that says, "I've got a whole llama love for you." And she's freaking adorable. I love her. So yeah, I wanted to show you that. I also moved my camera up to the top shelf. So I think, and it's actually zoomed in a little bit, and I think it still gets mostly everything because the edge of my mat's right here. So I don't think I'll have a problem staying in frame with it up there. I got it kind of set up to where it isn't in a perfect position. So I ordered these on Amazon, and I got of course, all of this is in, writing that I can't read, but these are the super fine ones. I started with these. I gotta stop saying so much because it's driving me insane. I turn around and do it again. So the bundle that I ordered came with the classic colors, the gold and silver metallic, and then it came with what they call natural colors, which are obviously pastels, which I completely love. They're gorgeous. I believe I have used most of these, except for, obviously, I haven't used the red because it's still, these all came individually wrapped. So they came wrapped in the package, and then each marker had plastic on it as well. So obviously I have not opened all of these yet. So I've used the black and white several times. I've used some of the other colors too in a couple of the mixed media pieces that I've played with lately. There are still several of these that I obviously have not opened, so you get to sit here and enjoy me opening plastic packaging. And this one is being feisty. So, let me see. Excuse me. Unfortunately, that's what we have to deal with, right? That's what you have to deal with right now. I have to deal with it too, and it's not fun. Unfortunately, you have to listen to it. So I apologize for the coughing. It is winter, and it's often inevitable. I will say that I don't get sick often, and when I do, it's usually fairly minor. A lot of times, though, When I do get sick, it's really sick. I did get sick last year around this time of year, I think it was. Was it this time of year? I think so. I missed a week of work with the fever that would not stay down. And it was like 102 fever. And I could take Advil. So basically I would sleep. I'd wake up. I'd take Advil, drink some orange juice, and go back to bed and sleep. And that's all I did for literally 5 days. It was crazy. The fever would not stay down. Like the Advil would take it down most of the way. And then it would just come back. So by the 3rd day of that happening and the fever continuing to spike to, 102, 103, I finally went to the doctor. Yeah, so okay, we'll start with white. I don't know, I guess I'll just draw little squares. I just want everybody to experience how wonderful these are. They're very opaque. They dry super fast. Let's go ahead and just try to do it in the same order, on the same place throughout the page. Obviously, I'm not going to do white on white. I know, disappointing. I'm so disappointing. And I know I should not be drinking pop, but it's cold and the bubblies make my throat feel better. Black. So you can see how fine the point is. It's really good for detailed work, which is perfect. And yeah, this is all cardstock thickness, by the way. I felt like that was starting to tear the paper a little bit there, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just feeling things. I stuck my finger right in that. I asked for that, so. And most of these, obviously the ones that are unwrapped, I've started already, so there's no need to. I didn't shake this up at all. That's the yellow. And you will see a little bit of, I guess, when you kind of go back over, when it goes back over itself, sometimes there's a little bit of smearing, I guess, although it didn't do it on that page. I did not shake this one up before I used it. So that's the yellow. So when that dries, I'm going to, oops, I missed this one. I'm going to go back over that again because obviously you can still see some of the black through there. So this one I'll shake up really good, and then I will start it. So the tip's white because there's no paint in it. So you just, I think everybody knows how to start a paint pen like this. You just push down on the nib until the paint starts to flow to the end. So that one's really pretty on black. Really pretty. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Pretty cool looking on craft. So that one should be, yeah, now the black is dry. So it really doesn't take long for it to dry. This yellow should be nice and dry. Yep, it is. So I'm just going to go back over it and see, let me shake it up, and see if I can get a little bit more opaque coverage here. And I can. So I think some of it was just because I didn't shake it and before I used it, and then you're gonna have that. I gotta start this one too. There we go. They start very quickly. I know one of the issues I had with some of the cheaper paint pens was I bought a super fine tipped paint pen at Michael's. I think it was like the Craft Smart, and I bought the white ultra fine tip, and their nib was metal, It wasn't, I'm going to assume this is some kind of a felt tip. And it would never come through the nib. And it would always splooge out around the outside of the nib and then leave great big spots. Like it drooled white paint everywhere. So yeah, that was not pleasant. I ended up throwing that away. That's really pretty on the black too. The orange, that's super pretty. And they are definitely they're glossy when they're wet. It is definitely a matte finish. So in case anyone is curious, the red and the orange are still a little wet. And it's going to be really hard to see that because I don't have good light clear up there. But what I was trying to show is I don't think that this is going to show you. But what I'm trying to show is that the finish is matte. It's not glossy at all. Oops. Maybe you can see it if I do that. I don't know. Now that the camera is further up, it's definitely hard to get that close zoom. So bear with me as I continue to improve my recording skills. This one is taking a little longer to start. There we go. Here we go. Here's the green. And I have accidentally used the yellow one over some blue paint that wasn't quite dry. It was really easy to just use the marker on a piece of paper and clean the nib off. It was super easy, didn't ruin the nib, and the color is perfect again, obviously, so that was no problem at all, because that will happen. I'm impatient. I don't always like to wait. Oh, that's so gorgeous too. I love that bright blue. It's almost electric blue. There are times that I get too lazy, and no matter how much I try to dry something, I don't want to wait for it to dry. So I will press on forward, whether it's all the way dry or not. And so I've done that with these, and it turned out okay. This is like I would call this a minty green, and I don't know why. I'm totally going off the page up here. It's further away from me, so I obviously can't line things up correctly. And then, so I would read you the colors, except for there are no words in English on here. So, yeah. Let's go back down here. So I stay on the paper. That's really pretty. So basically, I think the importance of using the 3 different shades of paper, 3 different colors of paper, is just to show the opaqueness, to show that they come out beautifully on black and on craft, as well as white. The colors are very vivid. They're very matte and opaque when they dry. And the other good thing about these is they work on pretty much any medium. So even if you've got Mod Podge down, which I do most of my collaging with Mod Podge, to be honest, because I don't want to spend the money on buying a lot of matte medium. So or clear gesso, which I haven't had good luck with clear gesso as a collage medium. I've heard some people mention that they use clear gesso to adhere and seal things. For me, it doesn't, nothing sticks. So, I never had good luck with clear gesso for that. But nonetheless, I have a bottle of Liquitex in case I need it for anything. Here is the metallic gold. And they are definitely metallic. I think that I also saw, I bought these on Amazon, and I think this whole set was like $24. It was very, what am I doing? It was very inexpensive. And then I also saw the other day where I believe they have a set of glitter paint pens, which I'm totally excited about. I've got to have a set of those as well. And then, of course, there's different nib sizes. So this is extra fine, then there's fine, then there's medium, and then I think there's thick. I could be wrong. There could be more than that. So there are a couple more levels of thickness aside from these, which I want to get some of the thicker ones just because sometimes when I outline, I really like to outline more thicker. I don't know why I just didn't do this. This would be a lot easier, wouldn't it? Look at me. I'm so smart. It took me half the video to figure this out. You guys have gotta love me sometimes. I would blame the cough syrup, and that's probably why I don't do this, because I'm gonna go right back and lay over. This stuff should be dry, so it shouldn't matter. That's really pretty too. Like a turquoise, a light pastel turquoise. I love it. Excuse me, I apologize for the sniffles and the coughing. And it's very, very nice on the black. So I have not started this one yet. We'll just start it real quick. And here comes the paint. So you can tell that it's more of a lemony yellow than the yellow above. You'll be able to see that right here because I'm actually right below. It's a little bit lighter. Very nice. This is a peachy color. I don't think I've used this yet either. Nope. Come on. Hello. Hello. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, yes. Very nice. Okay, then I have my pastel, I would call it, this box is a little bit of a pain, only because if you don't have the little clippies, the pin clips straight up, then they won't all fit in there next to each other. And once you take one out, then they roll around. So, you know, first world problems and stuff. Oh, that's beautiful. That's like a periwinkle, I guess is what I would call it. Pretty. Love it. I love all these colors on black. Like I could literally do a whole page in my art journal, junk journal, whatever you want to call it, with just like paint pen squares and doodling on black. So I could do black gesso and then I could doodle over it because I just love these colors. Again, very pretty. I'm really loving it on the black. Yes, 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 yes. It's funny what we creative people find entertaining, or what drives us, or what we think is beautiful. Or, I mean, I don't know, there's something about sitting here and swatching markers on different colors of paper that's just, I like it. What can I say? I'm weird. That's okay. I'll own it. I don't mind. And then this is the light pink. Light pink, really pretty on there. It pops right off that black, super opaque. So there we go. Perfect. So these are all the colors. Again, I'll show you by drawing a line. This is the extra fine. It is very accurate. There's so far, no leaking from the nib. Nothing like that. It's perfect. I don't have any complaints. I have nothing but great things to say about these markers. And I definitely see what all the hype was about. Anybody else that has them and has talked them up, they have a good reason why, because they are amazing. And I highly suggest looking for them on Amazon. If you can find a good bundle and get them through Prime, you'll get them in 2 days, no shipping cost, and at a reasonable price. So absolutely, I would say this is something that you would want to spend your crafty budget on. And if you don't have any, I would highly recommend them. They're great, and I can't wait to use them in more of my projects. So I appreciate you stopping by to watch the video, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.